Hi you guys, I'm here today to share with you the second Primrose mini album that I've created using Marion Smith Primrose download. It is so super cute. This one has a little bit of a twist though. At first glance it looks very similar to the last one, but it is itty bitty. It's ATC size, so it's like 3 3/4 by 2.5. So super cute. My idea for this is that I will put it next to my computer and put quotes in it. I think it'll make the cutest little quote book. So I just want to kind of walk through a little bit of it with you. Most of the pages you saw yesterday, so I'm going to flip through because they look a little bit different today. But I did basically I did the same exact stitching, the Copic stitching for the cover, which I love this. I probably will do this with every mini album from now on. Just love it. The cover, I did not use the covers that Marion sells with the kit because I wanted this cover to look a lot different than the last one. So what I did instead was I took the ATC sticky back canvas and I mounted it onto black chipboard, and then I painted it with the Cream de Mint Glimmer Mist. No, excuse me. Santa Baby Glimmer Mist and Cream de Chocolate Glimmer Mist. So, and then after that was dry, I kind of distressed it in some places with the black soot, and then I went over it with the gold dauber paint from Adirondack to kind of give it a gilded look. Then as far as this goes, this is one of the new word plates from Tim Holtz, and it starts out, it has these little loops on the sides, but I cut the loops off with my wire cutters. Do not use your Timmy scissors, you will ruin them, and they're very expensive. So use your wire cutters, and then I just took the sanding block from Tim Holtz and just sanded the edges until it was smooth. And then I went over it with the gold dauber paint as well, so that it would have a nice gold finish to match the trinkets. These are Marion Smith's trinkets, and this is a Marion Smith trinket. And I have affixed them onto this with epoxy glue because I was afraid that if I used hot glue it wouldn't stick to the canvas. So there's that. And then I gilded the edges of the paper. It was kind of an afterthought, but I really like how rustic it looks. I mean, it just really made this look like an even older book. I really love this. This is like my favorite. I have literally held this all day long. I just love it. Love it. I think it would be so cool to have this and have scriptures in it too. So like your little prayer journal or something, you could put a list of things, of prayer requests. Okay, I'm babbling now. So this is a piece of grunge paper that was a piece of scrap left over from the other, and I used the hardware findings from Tim Holtz die cuts, and then I painted it with the same paints that I used on the cover and put some snaps in place where the holes were. And I glued this down as well with the epoxy glue, and it's not going anywhere. Love it. And then it just kind of comes around as a closure and then tucks down below that trinket, and it's tight enough to where it keeps it in place. Love how this looks. So when you open it up, what I did was, and this was before I put the gold on, so the inside covers don't have the gold. And see, I really think the gold makes it look a little more aged. But on this one, what I did was, this is the cover. This, on the signatures, the last book I used 3 pages per signature. On this one I'm only using 2 pages per signature because I feel like this book is so small I didn't want it to get too bulky. On the cover, I just took a piece of scrap paper left over from yesterday's book, and I stamped this image onto this paper, and then fussy cut it out and put it onto this cover page. And I've done that actually with a lot of the scraps, and we'll go through it as we go through the book. I can't throw scraps away. I don't care how small they are. Just can't make myself do it. And little things like this I use for layering. So on cards and layouts and journal pages and things like that. So I always try to sit down at the end when I'm working on my projects and do these things. And that's what made me think to do this book yesterday, because I was flipping through it and I was like, I've got to have a place to trap all these little bitty trinket things. So that's kind of where I got the idea for doing the book small. So there you go. I'm just showing you all these stamps pretty much are lost and found in pink paisley. Then these are the tickets, and to reduce the book, what you do is in Acrobat, when you go to print the book, you print it as a multi-cut, a multi-page print, and it prints 2 up. Choose the one that's for 2 pages, 2 designs per page, and then it'll shrink it in half, and it'll only print on half the paper, and then you turn it around and put it back through your printer the second time, and then it'll print at the bottom half where you didn't get the print before. And if you pay attention to how you do your orientation, you can end up with one at the top and one at the bottom on the front side, then flip it upside down, put it back in again, and you can print your filler paper on the back side, so you get a double-sided print. So just play with it. These are all tickets cut from the Tim Holtz ticket die, and these are all from yesterday's scraps. I ended up with quite a few of these scraps that look like this, and I just could not make myself throw them out, and so I started die cutting tickets out of them. They make great filler for journal spots. They make great filler for layering and things like that. So I want this to be a quote book, and I thought if I put a quote on one of these and then used it in a layout or something, it would be super cute. And then this is the tiny envelope. Do all your embellishments the same way when you print them, and then they print out to scale with your book. So look at how cute that is. Just love it. The littler it is, the cuter it is to me. I don't know why. I just love it. And then, of course, we have the hot air balloon stamps. These are all Daily Junk. I think this is from Lost and Found. Daily Junk, Daily Junk. Parisian Anthology stamps. Someone asked yesterday where the dress form stamps came from. They came from Stamper's Best. Pull those stamps out. Look and see what you have in your stash that you never use. I know I can't be the only one who buys stamps regularly and never uses them. So pull them out. You might find some interesting little tiny... Your Studio G stamps are perfect for this. Perfect. Prima has some cute little miniature stamps that are absolutely perfect for this. I've been trying my best to collect all of those up. Little tickets. Perfect for writing quotes and things. So that's why they're trapped here. More tickets. I wanted to show you guys this layout with the stamping. Layer your stamps so that they have an interesting look to them. These are all from the Daily Junk stamp set. Daily Junk, maybe? I think so, Daily Junk. Love this. This is Parisian Anthology. This is Stamper's Best. All these dress forms are Stamper's Best. With this being ATC size, there's so many things that this would be just so fun. I love it. Love it, love it. Little bitty envelope. How cute is that? A little bitty. Now, since these were printed double-sided, thought it added a little bit more space for more journaling, so I did not seal it. It's supposed to be, it prints out like this. You're supposed to fold it in half and have a double-sided card. So it's like a little booklet without gluing it down. Anyway, so thank you guys for that. And then I want to answer a couple of the questions from yesterday if I can at the conclusion of this. So let me move this out of the way. One thing is, keep in mind, like I said, I had tons of these scraps, could not throw them out, and I took some of my, just started looking at my dies that I have and what could I use them for, and these make the perfect little journal spots, and look at how pretty they are, so pretty. And I find that if I do this before or as I'm cleaning up, then it's not overwhelming, and then I put them in these little Ziploc bags and stuff. Also, if you're following along with Marion's journals, these are perfect for every journal that she makes. Everything matches. She uses this, the same motifs a lot, and she uses the same style on most of her books. So you know, interchange them, use them for filler. Perfect, perfect, perfect for that. Another question I had yesterday was, could you explain the difference between grunge board and grunge paper? So this is a piece of grunge paper, and see the thickness on this. Let me move this out of the way. See the thickness on this. It's very thin, very, very thin. It's still pliable. It still has the properties of grunge, but it's not nearly as thick. I personally don't think it's as durable because it's not as thick, but it makes perfect, you can stamp on it. You can do all the things you can do with grunge with this. It's self-healing as well when you emboss it. But it's half the weight, half the size and thickness. This is a piece of grunge board, and notice the difference. See the thickness change there? So grunge paper is what I used to print my cover on yesterday, not grunge board. Do not run grunge board through your printer. It will probably break or get jammed. And I have to admit that this was getting jammed in my printer, and I noticed that if I took all of the paper out of the tray and then put it in, it would work. Now, I had someone else ask me about yesterday I said, looking back on it, I wish I had sealed this after I printed it, or I said I wish I had sealed it. What I meant was print it and then seal it with like a matte medium, because inkjet printers are water-based ink, so they will run if you get them wet. So looking back on it, this book is going to get handled. It's going to be in my purse. It's going to be up against who knows what. I might spill a drink or something like that, a water bottle with the cap not on it all the way. So I don't want it ruined. And while I know that for the most part we're dealing with paper, if it gets wet it's going to be ruined too, but just to make this a little more durable because it's on the cover, all I'm saying is I would print this and then run some matte medium over it. I would not use any kind of gloss finish because I don't like shiny. So I would think that the matte would be the best, and it just seals it and makes it a little more durable. Just conditions it for handling and things like that. So anyway, I hope I've answered all of your questions. Do keep them coming. If you're having questions, then that means you're interested, and I don't mind answering them, so just let me know. And I still want to see all your projects. So please, if you decide to do any of these, please post post a video response either to this video or yesterday's video. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it.